Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge.
What up, dog?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, shout out to Critical Fit CBD.
Shout out to Critical Fit CBD, baby. Let me put the website up.
Yeah, first of all, one thing. So I use it every day on my bumps and bruises throughout camp. I use their pre-workout and I use their post-workout creams and oils and stuff for the aches and pains. And I can honestly say I put my name on it that it's a good product that's helped. And I've taken other CBD products that haven't before.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed this. It works really well as an anti-inflammatory and I feel like has helped some bumps and bruises heal quicker than they normally would through camp. I think one thing I think is super cool is they grow it here in Utah. Like it goes from a seed to on the shelves, all right here in Utah. It's all Utah grown. It's all in Southern Utah. Their farms in Southern Utah. And then of course, for anybody that, unless you've been living under a rock, we posted a bunch of pictures of going to Cali to their new Critical Fit gym with Rigan Machado. And yeah, Ammon Bennett, the owner, he took us around and showed us a great time.
It was definitely one for the record books for me as far as getting to meet. I mean, how many guys get to meet a Jean Jacques Machado, Rigan Machado, Dan Inosanto?
Go to lunch with Rigan Machado.
Went to lunch with Rigan.
Yeah, here's some of his stories.
Which we can't talk about on the podcast.
No, absolutely not.
Guys are freaking crack up.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a character, man, but so nice and so hospitable. And then Ika, I don't know his full name, but they call him Ika. We got to go to dinner with him and listen to his stories. He was the first Mexican-born BJJ black belt. Right?
And he wasn't trying to brag, but he was trying to brag. He beat Eddie Bravo twice in tournament.
Yeah, he beat Eddie Bravo twice. I mean, that's
he may have had a little bit of liquid courage when he was telling us these stories.
Oh, for sure.
It was
we had a good time.
It was a great time, man. Great time.
And then to meet Jean Jacques Machado, who's arguably one of the top war jiu-jitsu guys of all time.
Well, at the opening of the gym, Jean Jacques actually promoted his brother to am I saying it, the coral and white belt?
Yeah.
The coral and white belt. So Jean Jacques promoted Rigan to the coral and white belt while we were there. So we got to see that ceremony get taken down. Funny story behind that. We go to Rigan's gym in Beverly Hills, get introduced to him. He's coloring a belt. And we're not thinking anything of it. Well, the belt that he ordered was delayed in getting dropped off. So he's coloring a white belt with a red marker so he could have it for his promotion. So if you look at our pictures close enough, you'll see it's not an actual red and white belt. But anyways, yeah, amazing weekend, amazing day. Cole Faust got to go with us. Just freaking awesome.
Got to meet Bruce Lee's training partner.
Yeah, Danny Inosanto.
That's Michael Lasky's grandpa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because Michael Lasky, for those who don't know, he was adopted.
Yeah.
That's his mom's dad.
Oh.
That's why Michael Lasky is a lifelong martial artist, is in their family.
That explains it. He that was pretty awesome to meet somebody like that. That's
very cool.
But going back to Critical Fit CBD, which I haven't had a chance to try the product. We're actually going to lunch with Ammon on Wednesday to talk about it a little bit more. But I was really impressed with a lot of these CBD companies that you see are kind of these multi-level marketing thing. This isn't it. Like these guys, they're doing everything by the books. They're doing everything to the stores that they're in. They're not FDA approved yet, but when they do end up getting FDA approved, they've done all the groundwork. They've laid all the groundwork. They're not going to be one of these companies that you see just disappearing. So getting a little bit of the backstory. By the way,
a lot will.
Yeah. What's that?
By the way, a lot of them will.
Yes, there already are. A lot of these, they'll go into these stores, and it's because they're not doing what they need to do. Like Ammon broke all this stuff down, and we'll get into it later about the dosing and what it takes to feel the effects of it. And a lot of these companies, they're multi-level marketers. They're just out to make a buck. And I can stand behind a company like Critical Fit CBD. So I'm excited to hopefully be doing some more business with them and trying some of their products out. And shout out to Ammon for inviting the three of us out there to go celebrate the opening of his new gym.
He doesn't cut any corners, that's for sure.
No corners are cut. None.
Super. I mean, yeah, so cool.
And
so
if you look, if you look closely in the picture, Zach and I are wearing sweatpants to the gym opening because Rigan requested no shorts at lunch. And when Rigan Machado says no shorts, we don't wear shorts.
Shorts. You don't wear
He said
shorts.
we could wear, he said sweats, but respect. He said it's all about
Look
respect.
like athletes.
Yeah, look like an athlete, not in shorts. You need to look, it doesn't have to be dress pants. So we had to go to Beverly Hills and do a little shopping, find some
right next to
sweatpants.
Rodeo Drive. It was
fun.
cool, man. Like that's
It was
just
good.
a different world for me.
Yeah. I tell you what, I could live in Redondo Beach though. Sign me up for that all day long. Yeah, sign me up. Yep. I couldn't live in LA because I don't want to deal with the traffic. I would need a lot of that critical fit CBD to drive in that traffic. Matter of fact, I would probably need some of the stuff they extract out of it to get through the traffic there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Great experience, man. And we had a card. I got to see some of the fights, didn't get to see all the fights. So we'll break down, we'll recap the UFC Vegas 30, but we were on a plane and enjoying life a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah. We still caught most of the fights though.
First up, we had Damir Hadzovic against Yancy Medeiros. I think we both picked Yancy on this one, didn't we?
We did.
I don't have my cheat sheet. Unanimous decision. I think we were watching that on the plane, weren't we? Or right when we got off.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Charles Rosa and Justin James, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more too. Split decision. Charles Rosa wins this fight. For those of you that do not know, we had Justin James on the podcast, and he actually bet his show money, which was $25K on himself to win this fight.
He lost the split decision. For the record, fair decision. I watched the fight.
Fair decision. Yeah, we got to watch. Yeah, he lost the fight.
I felt like he did lose the first and second round, but it was a close fight and it was good. But for everybody that's talking smack on him, I'm going to get heated. Try not to get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, I am going to throw this out here too.
The cyber bully, Zack, the cyber bully.
If you get a friend request from me, it's my backup Facebook account.
Zack got banned, 30-day banned for being a bully.
Facebook jail for being a bully.
Is that your new fight name, the cyber bully?
No, absolutely not. So stupid. If people saw, I'll post what I got.
So stupid.
It's ridiculous. But anyways, dude, Justin, he bet on himself and he made a Facebook post and he said, if I lose, like, who cares? I've been broke my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's not like I highly doubt he bet money too that makes it so he doesn't have a roof over his head or food on the table for him and his kid either. I'm sure he'll make ends meet. He'll figure out a way, but I agree with him. I think more people need to bet on themselves in life. I mean,
I love it.
Let's Terry off to John Jones a little bit, right? He wants big guaranteed money.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the contract that if enough people buy pay-per-views, he'll get that money. He wants the guaranteed money up front and then the money on top for pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen brought up a great point. That just tells me he doesn't want to put in the work to promote it.
No, doesn't want to put in the work. Yeah.
So when Justin James is betting on himself and his whole fight purse, it tells me that he's at least confident that he put in the work.
Not only is his money, potentially his UFC career. I don't know how long his contract. I doubt it, but
I doubt he gets cut.
I doubt it, but I mean, still, was on a 3-fight losing streak. I know they were all short notice, and I'm sure the UFC will still reward him, but potentially that could have been something there on the back burner. And he said, you know what? I'm putting in the work and I'm going to bet on myself. I love it. I thought it was awesome.
Gangster move.
Dude, when you're riding freaking whales.
Is Justin James the coolest guy in the UFC?
He's freaking awesome, man.
Guitar hero.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, I think everybody that's talking trash to him
should have to go fight him.
Go fight him. Lock him in the cage for just 5 minutes. You do one round with Justin James.
$500.
For $500. Yeah. He'll double it. I'll double it if you can last a round with him.
Oh,
It ain't happening.
Too many people run their mouths on social media knowing that nobody's ever going to punch him in the face for it. I mean, the guy went to Facebook jail for it. Like, he didn't even have his face. That's what I said, your opinion's not relevant because you're not willing to put your face to it. And it was probably a fake name too. Like, I was taught from a young age. If you're not willing to put your name to it, don't say it.
You know what this is? This is the TikTok society right now. If you ever scroll through TikTok, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat. It's like, you don't even know this person. You're over there. Everybody's on there talking about how tough they are. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, we're around tough people. Like, I don't claim to be tough, but
I don't even claim to be that tough.
I know some pretty badass people that are pretty tough. And I guarantee you, if you're mouthing off to some of these people, you're going to get your teeth knocked out.
Like, I would say this, like Joe Rodriguez at our gym. Could you imagine if somebody started lipping off to that guy at a bar? It's like, what you could do to them?
I couldn't.
You know, or, what's crazy is Cole Faust told us a story over the weekend about in Vegas about how somebody's popping off and he was like 16 years old and he got in the dude's face. And I'm like, that dude had no idea. That grown man's like, this 16-year-old kid. That guy had no idea that Cole could mop him.
Yeah. Anybody that trains in martial arts, jiu-jitsu, kickbox, any of that stuff, if you're training in that consistently, Jackson, Zack Zuckerberg, Partridge. Oh, we're going to put that on the back of your shirts.
Jackson, I'm going to beat your.
Yeah, you can't be mouthing off to people nowadays. It's just not a smart thing. Anyways, should we talk more about the fight? Anyways, just shout out to Justin James, man.
Shout out to Justin James. Shout out to Charles Rosa.
Shout out to Boston Strong, Charles Rosa, too.
Good fight. He needed that win, too.
Julia Villa and Julija Stoliarenko
pulled off the third round finish with the rear naked choke.
I think we both were on Avila.
Yeah. We knew Julia could be sneaky, but I said I thought Avila's wrestling would be too much, and it was, and she took her back and sunk in the choke. Good on her.
Marcin Pragnio against Ike Villanueva. I did not see that one. Lost that one. Howdy, Phillips. Thanks for tuning in, man.
What up, brother? No, body kick.
Body kick. Brutal.
Oof. Right in the liver. And it's really bad when there's like the full second delay.
Next fight up, we had Jeremiah Wells and Warley Alves. We were both dead wrong on this one. I didn't see this fight. I'm going through and watching these. So a lot of these I didn't get to see because we were trying to watch fights and interact with everybody, so we couldn't be too disrespectful. So I didn't get to see this one, but yeah, Warley got caught. Shavkat Rakhmonov against Michel.
Yeah, we nailed that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty much.
That
guy's a problem at 170. That guy's a problem at 170.
Guy's a problem anywhere.
He's big. He's 6'1". He's got a 77-inch reach. He wears some kind of freaking, I don't know what it is.
Hat thing.
Khabib. It's not even a Khabib hat.
No, it's the equivalent of
the equivalent of his Khabib hat.
Wears something.
He's combat sambo guy. He's only 20. He's only 26 years old. Yeah, he's one to watch in that 170.
He beats Usman right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
I just wanted to get your reaction.
Pump the brakes on that one.
Okay, him and Chimaev for a #1 contender fight.
Two fights ago, you may have had me thinking about that one, but Usman's I can't deny what he's been doing. He's getting better.
Did we just get Usman to rep the USA flag? He was born here.
I think he was actually born in Nigeria, and then they moved here. He was actually born there.
Oh, okay. That's
I looked into it, but he moved here when he was like a kid. 2 or something. Kid, yeah. We won't even get into that. Kennedy Zekchwuku. I don't know.
More American champions. That's all.
Danilo Marquez. I think we were both on Marquez. We both were on Kennedy on this one.
We took Kennedy, but I was so wish-washy on it because I couldn't pick it. But Kennedy did what Kennedy does. He lets people wear themselves down, and then he puts it on him in the second, finished him in the third.
What if this guy starts to get like Francis and starts being more aggressive? Because he's a little tentative. It's almost like he's like, I don't know. I don't want to say afraid. That's not the word for it. But man, when this guy starts getting some, maybe it's a lack of confidence. I don't know.
I think,
but he seems a little like tentative, but once he gets going and start throwing hands,
I think it's a strategy. I think it's executing a game plan. Those are big
the
boys.
game plan is like, hey, just punch me in the face for 2.5 rounds, and then I'm going to knock you out.
He blocks a lot of it.
He did. Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, they're big boys. And when they start expending that energy,
yeah,
he's like, dude, if you can take the damage and it's not like injuring you.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and he's fighting guys with more experience than him. And he's figuring out a way to just say, I'm just going to plot and I'm just going to see what you got. And I'm just going to kind of hang out and, take whatever, but I'm going to try and cover up the best I can. And then in the second round, I'm going to, when you've slowed just a little bit, now I'm going to go 100%. Maybe he knows he only has 2 rounds in him. What
if you were making your pro debut at light heavyweight and you had to stand across the African savage at 6'5" with an 83-inch reach?
Okay.
He's a huge light heavyweight. Huge.
He's a big
man. He's going to be a problem too. All right. Next up, we had Renato Moicano against Jai Herbert. I think we knew how this one was going to end. Moicano looked good.
Hey, you were iffy on Moicano. And I was like, no. I was like, no. Moicano's a monster. Moicano's a monster, folks.
Well, there you go. He gets the W, rear naked choke in the second round.
He doesn't get enough respect, but that division's so crazy. I just don't see anybody in that division that's not Dagestani winning long winning streaks at this point. It's too deep. It's too good. Tony Ferguson was like the anomaly of anomalies. That won't happen again. We already know what
I don't think we're going to see that.
You know what Khabib is. But like even Oliveira, he's great. At 155, I just think there's too many people that do too many things. I just don't see anybody having another like long title reign.
There's some killers. 155, there is some killers. Zach's got to pee. Of course you do. I probably got to pee right after that. Down in the water. When we were in Cali, like literally, thankfully I'm the guy that usually has to stop at every bathroom. Thankfully, I wasn't the guy this time. Well, I was the guy, but my good friend, Mr. Cole Faust, and I were the guys that every time we saw a bathroom, we had to go stop and go to the freaking bathroom. Hey, when I'm in a place where I don't know where we're going to go next or where the bathroom's at, if I see a bathroom, I got to go. You guys that are from California that know these LA traffic, I don't want to get stuck in freaking traffic for an hour, which we were at times. Nah, man, I'm going. If I see a bathroom, I'm going. It's either that or I got to pee in a bottle in a car. We don't want to do that either. All right, Zach's going to the bathroom. We'll get started on the next fight. We had Tim Means and Nicholas Dalby. I know we were both on Dalby. It was a close fight. Odds were super closer fight on that, but Tim Means was just a little too much for Mr. Dalby.
I'm a weenie. I went against my boy Tim Means. You even thought that I picked Tim Means because I love Tim Means. And I love Tim Means. And you know why I love Tim Means? Because he wins fights when nobody thinks he's going to.
Yes, he was, Jackson. He was loving it.
Oh, Cole's going to have to get very comfortable on red carpets.
He was a kid in the candy store. And it was funny. So we were at lunch with Hegan, and Ammon is telling Hegan about Cole's fighting. And Cole's like, do you want to see my fight? Do you want to see my fight? And his eyes just lit up.
Sleep this dude?
Yeah, and he did. I mean, hey, it's pretty badass. Yeah, we slept on Tim Means, man.
That's on me. I should have been the voice and reason. That's on me. I messed up.
You should have been. You should have talked me out of that one.
You just love Dalby so much, and I
wouldn't say love. I mean, the situation.
Go back to the tape. You said love.
Did I love him? Did I?
You said love. I don't know.
Whatever.
Maybe not. Go back to the tape.
Next up, we had Andre Fili and Daniel Pineda.
Dead right about this one.
Dead right about this one.
Fili was piecing him up.
Yes, he was. Jordan, we will see you soon because you're going to be on the podcast as soon as your fight gets announced. Yeah, you called it. You nailed it. You said Andre Fili was a level, maybe you even said maybe 2 levels above, and I think he showed.
Not 1, 2 full levels, and
I think he showed.
Dude, Fili's dude. I don't know what's missing with him, but I honestly feel like he is talent-wise, he is right there. If he could just not stub his toe and put together a winning streak, I think he is right there with
He's
those
got all the
guys
tools.
at 145.
He's a big 145er too. What is he?
And he's just like, and he's just got that gangster mentality. He's just down to fight anybody.
I like it.
I mean, it's a bummer when it ends on an accidental eye poke like that, because it's like, man, he deserved to get paid for that performance. Does he get paid for that?
I don't know how they're
Probably
going to do
not,
that.
huh? Damn, that's
Well, I mean, shout out to Pineda too, because he didn't want to stop fighting. Like Herb Dean called the fight on that one. He wasn't trying to get out of that. Yeah. So
run it back.
No, I don't think he can on that one. You think so? I don't think it was close enough a fight.
I think there should be. You ready for this?
What?
I think all doctor and eye poke and thing stoppages like that, ref stoppages from injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they should all be ran back immediately for the most part.
Even if it's not competitive like that? Like that wasn't competitive.
It wasn't Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal non-competitive. Shout out Nate Diaz, still a stud, but it wasn't that lopsided. Pineda had moments in the fight. Feely just had more moments and more frequently. But like the Bilal Muhammad Leon Edwards fight, it's like,
that one for sure.
You know, but it's like, dude, just run it back. And you know what else I think? I think there should be more draws. Run it back. Give us 3 more rounds and see who really won the fight.
I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Like, yeah.
Like, because of judging, the only things that shouldn't be ran back are finishes.
Yeah. Do like Lethway does. There's no judges. If you don't finish them, you're.
Let's finish the card and then we can talk about what I want to talk about.
Timur Valiev and Raoni Barcelos. I think we were both on Raoni on this one.
Close.
Valiev ends up getting. I think it was a super. I didn't get to see this fight, but I know you were telling me there was.
I thought Raoni won the fight. I really did, but it was close. He didn't get robbed by any means.
Yeah,
it was that close. I would have leaned, but I'm biased. I picked him, but good fight. Timur showed me something. He showed me that he can fight with the elite guy. Like, Raoni's, he was 16-1.
Yeah.
So I could see Timur getting on a little bit of confidence and get going a little bit.
Tanner Bowser and OSP.
Nailed it.
OSP, I think it's time to.
Bro, you're not a heavyweight.
No, he just didn't look.
And you know what? It seemed like he quit on himself after he lost the John Jones fight. He looked phenomenal before that. And he's had moments since. Yeah. But he's not the same guy that was writing up trying to give John Jones the toughest fight that John had at 205.
No.
For a while. One of the, I shouldn't say that. Gus gave him war.
Gus gave him the fight.
But he gave John a really tough fight. But you're not a heavyweight, dude. And I'm just a believer that the higher up in competition you go, the more important the correct weight class is. It's why I'm moving to 170. 185 is not my correct weight class. 170, that's where I need to be if I want to need to be serious about this, Yeah. I mean, freak, I'm not even a huge 170er. You know what I mean? Like,
you're pretty big 170er. I think you're pretty
but
big.
I mean, like, you look at those dudes at that level, like, you gotta be fighting in the right weight class. And you're not just gonna go fight a Tanner Boser who's comfortable fighting other heavyweights in that weight class and just think, yeah, man, I got this. What did OSP weigh in at?
230, I think. I think it was 230 something.
230 on the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't like it. I mean, I get why it makes sense for him because Boser kind of walks around that weight too, but he's used to it and he trains at that weight.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
That's what his game is designed around, is to be the faster heavyweight. Yeah. And dude, Tanner Boser's he's coming on, and I know he's taken a couple bumps in the road, but he's one to look out for. I mean, he might be on to a really nice run here soon.
We're gonna find out. I don't know if he's going to get past the next guy that in the main event, Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkov. I'm going to make the potty break. You can give your breakdown. I'll give you my thoughts after I come back.
Well, that's not fair because you were right and I was wrong. Nobody wants to hear about me.
I can hear you too because I have
I
my
know.
headphones in. So
Okay, well, nobody wants to hear about me because I was wrong on this. I thought for sure Volkov had the recipe for it. The fact of the matter is Gane, he's checking all the boxes on his way up. The last thing now that he needs to do is he needs to fight a wrestler. If he can fight a wrestler and beat a Curtis Blades, he's right there. I know that Curtis Blades is currently scheduled to fight Rosenstruck, but it's like I don't really know where else we're supposed to go for Gane now. If I pull up the heavyweights,
he is the way he moves at heavyweight, he's a problem. He is going to be a huge problem.
Yeah,
I think he beats Curtis Blades.
He's now checked all the boxes except fighting an elite wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't fought an elite wrestler.
That is the last question.
You got to think he has some ground game because he has two wins by submission in the UFC. He has an arm triangle choke and a heel hook. So he has to have some type of ground game to be able to heel hook somebody and arm triangle choke somebody. He's not just a stand-up fighter.
Is he the heavyweight Izzy with his striking background?
Who was the last heavyweight that you've seen that moves like he does? Like he was light on his feet, sharp jab, kicks.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready for the guy that beats him?
Who beats him?
Brock Lesnar.
I don't even think that's.
Yeah, got you thinking about it though.
I don't think so.
I was joking. I was joking.
I'm like trying to I don't think so, man. He's a problem.
He is a problem.
I mean, France is obviously going to be a lot bigger than him.
Well,
he's got a good.
Let me paint you a picture here. Then Rosenstruck and Blades have to play it out. Gane's probably sitting on the shelf until that plays out. And if Blades beats Rosenstruck, then he's got to fight Blades.
I wish they'd hurry up and decide what they're going to do with Derek Lewis and Gane because they still haven't signed that fight yet. What are we waiting for?
Is Dana just jerking Derek Lewis around at this point?
He's the one that said Derek Lewis is next.
That's why I'm saying, is he just jerking him around at this point?
I don't think Gane needs to wait. I think he's next. You just beat Volkov.
No, but here's the reality. Oh, is he deserving? Probably.
He's got he's 6-0 in the UFC right now.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Saying you're wrong. But what I am saying is, one, he doesn't really finish people. Right? So
we know Uncle Dana doesn't like that.
Yep. This in no way says what I think should happen. But this is just from the information I have, this is what I think is going to happen. He's going to get put on the shelf.
Throwing down. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Because you got to have Francis's next 3 fights in any order are Derek Lewis, John Jones, Stipe Miocic. I don't know which order. I don't know which order. But here's the bummer for people like Gane or even Curtis Blades, who I'm sure would love another shot at Francis after getting knocked out twice by him. But here's the reality of it. Derek is a draw. He gets to hang out up there, and then he's going to get that. If Stipe or John Jones, either of them after the Derek Lewis fight say, "Okay, I'm in," Gane, you're on the shelf, dude. They're both going to jump the line in front of Gane all day.
I kind of want to see Gane and Stipe.
Well, are there fun fights to make? Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, if you're Stipe, dude, you're not waiting. You're not fighting a number 1 contender fight. You're freaking the greatest heavyweight in UFC history.
Yeah,
you're going straight for the trilogy fight.
He deserves it. He definitely deserves it. Absolutely deserve it.
Absolutely. If anybody deserves it, it's him. I'll go one further. If anybody deserves a trilogy fight right now, it's him more than anybody else. And that's Max Holloway. That's anybody. Like, he deserves it.
I agree. What else did we have? What else did we miss? What else did we miss from the weekend? Did I miss something else from the weekend, or did we cover everything?
Okay. So I sent you a meme over the weekend.
Yes.
And I actually think it's true. Firas Zahabi said it. If there was not a time limit, Nate Diaz would beat 99% of the people on the UFC roster.
Yeah, you're right. He would. He definitely would.
And what's so fascinating to me is when he talks about, I used to get super annoyed when he talks about nobody's ever really beat me. I think it was the lack of understanding on my part, because now that I saw what he did to Leon Edwards and stuff,
yeah,
it's like, how can you argue with him? Because in a real fight, unless it's like Ngannou, I'm probably taking Nate Diaz.
He doesn't gas. He just keeps coming. He just keeps coming.
Ever. You think you're going to submit him? You think you're going to finish him on the ground? Not a chance.
No, nobody's submitting him. No, they're not submitting that guy.
He's never been submitted.
Yeah. It ain't happening.
You get like,
what else do we have?
It's so wild to me to think about, okay, well, who wins in a real fight? I'm talking like on the street. There's no judges. There's no time limits. Who wins in a real fight? It's freaking Nate Diaz. The answer is Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Does he beat Usman in a real fight? No.
I actually think if Usman and Nate fought, Nate might get finished in that fight.
That would be the first time like Jorge, that would be the first time we see him get finished.
He might get finished in that fight. With the way Usman's looked lately. Yeah. Dude, we got no UFC this weekend, but the next weekend, Poirier McGregor, 3.
That card's ridiculous too.
Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson, Tai Tuivasa, Greg Hardy, Sean O'Malley's on the card, Max Griffin, Carlos Condit, Ryan Hall. There's not a bad fight on this card. Do we give early predictions or should we wait? We'll wait. We have a good take on the McGregor-Poirier fight.
I think it's an obvious take, but okay.
Do we talk about it now or should we wait?
We'll wait.
All right. We'll let it build up.
Gotta wait.
Let it build up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm ready to go back to California. Let's go back to California. Let's fly back out. I don't know if our wives will be too happy with it, but
yeah, I'm out.
you have little ones at home, so oh man. Speaking of little ones, my daughter gets to go spend a week in Michigan for the summer.
What?
Shipping her little butt off to go see my mom for the summer.
You're not going to go see her? Go with her?
No, we're going to let her fly by herself and hang out. And no, dude, because we're going on vacation the first week after your fight.
Oh yeah, we are. Is that when she's gone?
No, she's going like the last week of July.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. I guess we're done for today, man. That was a quick one. Quick breakdown.
It was quick. And we don't have any fights to talk about this weekend.
Hey, if you're listening and you're on the Steel Fist card for the 31st, if you don't hear from us, reach out. We're trying to get everybody scheduled ASAP, because this is coming quick. So we want to start getting people scheduled to get your fighter interviews done.
Hey, the LFA card.
Who's on LFA?
Super fun.
Oh, we got LFA this weekend?
Yeah. Marquise Perez, UFC vet, is on the card.
All right. Why does that guy fighting in the main event? He looks like his picture. He looks like Zack Trujillo from over at Absolute. Doesn't he look like Zack?
That's
like Josh.
Christian Navatividad is back in action. I like him.
He's fun. All right. I like watching him fight.
Cool fights.
Is that the only LFA? Is that all we got this week? LFA 110. We missed Ryzen yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What?
I'll have to tell you after.
All right.
Sorry,
All right. Well, so let's guys get out of here.
Yet.
We will get some stuff scheduled. Are we going to do a podcast on Friday? We'll figure out something.
Yes. Yes, we'll figure something out.
We'll be in touch. All right. We will see you guys on Friday. We out.
See ya.